I am I'm definitely still in my, well, I had zero clothes on because I'd sleep naked. So then I put my gym clothes on, but then I was like,
Right.
then
Right.
Great. Over it.
This is going to be a workout.
Yeah, always. Hello, my darling Grammy nominated Album of the Year badass butchers.
We're here and we're very happy for
I
it.
know.
Let me tell you. But I will say I am sick of these Zoom interviews. I need to see you in person.
I wish we could
I wish we could do it in person.
I'm so, like, after a year of doing Zooms, just this morning I was like, I could have done more with the background.
You're great.
No regrets.
No regrets. No regrets.
A plant. And
some greenery. I think you can give yourself a break, Ash. I think give yourself a break.
Thank you. It's been a hard year for everybody.
Well, yeah, come on.
Girls, far out. What a year.
It feels super surreal. I don't think that we've really comprehended it, even though we found out a couple months ago. It still feels kind of crazy.
So do you look at a finished album and go, girls, we've nailed it? I think.
No.
Absolutely not.
I wish.
No.
No, especially with Women in Music Part 3, we had a date and we were like, okay, this is the date. Everyone was stoked about the date. And then I was like, but it has to be turned in
like two months before this release date.
So it was a race to do it.
To the finish line.
And it was truly just like, this feels right, so let's go. Not like
maybe we should
celebratory.
Yeah.
do
it. It
different.
was truly like till the last minute. Okay, let's hope it works. So
that's good, because I know a lot of artists have that. They tinker and they tinker and they tinker and they like, and and it becomes this mind thing.
Oh, we could be in in the studio, literally being mad scientists for
forever.
Years.
Yeah.
It also sounds like a nightmare, but it's 100% a possibility. If we didn't have a deadline, or like if we didn't check in with each other to just be like, I think we're done.
Wrap it up, ladies.
It's time. Yeah, I think that we could do that forever.
And the person that communicates the news to you that you've been nominated for multiple Grammys, including Album of the Year. Like, do you read that on a website?
It was the internet.
Yeah, the internet told us.
We had no idea. Like, if anything, I knew that the nominations were coming out, but I didn't expect anything. So I just kind of I didn't even have my phone. I didn't even have my phone, and then it started blowing up, and I was like, what? Because the first one we found out about was best rock performance, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, can I swear? I don't swear. I forgot that I'm on video. And then bleep. And then so we were just freaking out just by that. And so then I was really like, okay, we got our nom. Now let's start drinking. And then it was like 15 minminutes later, it was like, oh no, now you're nominated for Album of the Year. And then I called my parents and I started to cry. That's when I was like,
and so
the sob fest of calling my parents and them being they went down memory lane. They're like, remember when we used to play the street fair?
And we were
by the way, also when we FaceTimed our parents, our dad was wearing a shirt that just says SD on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
he picked his favorite.
We all know who his favorite is.
Yeah.
Parents be honest about that shit,
a little embarrassed about it. He was like, oh God, I should have changed. No, Dad, we know
never
who
change.
Your favorite is.
Never change, Dad. Never change.
It was one of those things with the Oscars where you kind of got a make sure you check.
No, literally it was if anything, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
That's really the vibe that we got from it. So it was a complete surprise. It was an insane surprise. And
I love that, obviously, Taylor has said herself she's the fourth member of Haim. And I know her a bit, and I know you a bit. As much as I know her as much as I know you, and vice versa. I know your vibe. And it makes perfect sense that you would all, have a thing. And then it's even cooler that you're then both nominated for Album of the Year. That's sick.
I know.
wild.
It's really just like,
It's wild.
what? It
I
doesn't
wish
make
we
sense.
could all party together.
I know.
It's a little bit of a bummer. It feels,
I
you know,
know.
but oh, one day, in like a year, I'll be like, let's celebrate the Grammys from
Well,
2 years ago.
If we were in Australia, we'd be able to.
I know. Oh, you
we
guys
were-
are.
Can you get us there?
Can you
I
get
know.
us all-
Can you
the Grammys
figure-
should have been in Australia.
Honestly.
Because you know, in Australia, in Melbourne, we just did, like, we had this Australian Open. It's like our US Open of tennis, and they brought in like 1,000 tennis players and stuff too, and like they all had to quarantine for 2 weeks. And I'm like, and everyone's like, no one gives a shit about the tennis. Australians care more about music. Like, let's get these happen.
If
Please.
the powers that be are like,
Yes.
you can come to Australia and
Like,
I will quarantine for 3 months.
I'll
I don't
quarantine
care.
for a year
I
in
just want
Australia.
to be in Australia.
Like, who do we need to get on the horn?
You just need to, like, I think the flights will just be really expensive, but all you need to do is quarantine for 2 weeks in a hotel for $3,700 each. I think you can.
Hey.
I'll save up my shekels.
And now it's all adding up. Maybe
Yeah.
when we make the next record, we'll be able to afford
Yeah,
it.
we might need to do some touring before then.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And work up to that.
Place to be when there's a global pandemic on, because we got that control.
I know, we're so jealous.
I'm so
It sounds
jealous.
amazing.
Well, you know, you've still, and I guess it would be so weird. And I've spoken to so many artists, especially people like, I don't know if you know that song "Driver's License" by Olivia Rodrigo. The red lights.
Yeah.
She's like gone from obscurity to having the #1 song in like multiple countries without leaving her.
It's amazing.
What?
It's crazy.
It truly proves that when you write a song, I think that comes straight from the heart and maybe is a little emo,
Yeah.
you really are able to tap. I mean, she truly tapped into, I think, the way that so many people feel about like first love. Like I remember feeling that way when I was 16
Yeah.
about
Can you
like 20
believe-
dudes.
Can you believe we're all going to be on tour at one point? Like, I think that's the thing that's super crazy is that like it feels so out of reach, but at some point, all of us, everyone that put out stuff during this time, we're all going to be on tour. It's a crazy feeling.
It's going to be kind of like an overload, I feel like.
Never too much, because I get excited because I feel like 2022, like music, especially with like commercial radio, it's very cyclical, and I feel sometimes they go away from music being the focus, and I feel like next year everyone is going to be so frothing over like live music again and tours being.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm already frothing. I want to go. I miss going to concerts. I miss going to festivals. Like I'm so happy to tour, but I'm also just so stoked to be able to go see music.
At least
I think
I need it.
we really just want to party. I think that's really what it comes down to. I think we just want to like be at a show with a beer.
because you have like the three of your Instagram's always been wild and wacky, but like it's been, I feel like there's so much creativity and showmanship and performance in you that it's coming out through the only like vessel.
Our only outlet.
I mean,
yeah.
literally, it's just me drinking and listening to music in my house and being like, maybe people want to see this. I don't know. That's literally how I use Instagram. I'm just going to drink and put on songs that I haven't listened to in a long time.
I love that though. And I love your Hanukkah content. That was
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so heaven. So there's so Gasoline, remix. At what point did you decide to get the Swizz on there? And was it like Nobody, No Crime and Gasoline at the same time-ish? Like, what's the timings of this?
Well,
Pretty
kind of.
Yeah.
I think it was more that, you know, with the Hanukkah stuff, you know, I've known Thundercat for like 10 years now. I mean, I've been a fan of his. I think, you know, he was like kind of LA famous. I think even before he started putting out solo records as Thundercat, he was always kind of known as like this
The best bass player.
genius bass
ever.
player, like
in
as
the
like
city.
a 16 or 17-year-old. And I'd always heard about him because we both were in like really, really like rigorous arts programs. And so like and I'll go on record, I've always had a crush on Steven. I've always had a crush on Thundercat because he's just so fucking talented and like, you know, something that I aspire to be one day. But we become friends And, you know, we were just hanging out one day and I was like, I think we want to do like this cover. Would you want to like play on it? And he was like, of course. Came into the studio and we were just, you know, shooting the shit. We were just like talking and, you know, we're talking about the record. And I was like, you know, it's actually kind of funny because I always imagined 3 a.m. as a duet. And he was like, okay, I can hear that. And I was like, oh, you can hear that? Well, can you sing that?
Get on the mic right now.
Can you like get on the mic? And he was like, sure, like whatever. Did it like literally like for almost like first take, maybe like 1 or 2 takes, nailed it. And then I was like, I mean, it would be cool if you played bass on it too. Okay, thanks, bye. And he like played bass on it too. And he brought such a cool, you know, he brought such a cool dimension to the song. And like, it really is like a remix. I mean, like even his bass part is just so good. And I think that kind of got the ball rolling. Because then we started thinking like, okay, I wonder like what other songs could we do this with on the record? And I think collectively our favorite song on the record is Gasoline. I mean, it oscillates like month to month, but I think collectively our favorite song for the most part has been Gasoline. And, you know, we were kind of like thinking about, okay, who would we want to get on this? And, you know, kind of a light bulb went off in all of our heads collectively at the same time. We were like, oh, Taylor loves Gasoline. We were like, should we? I mean, like, you know, like, let's ask her. And we texted her and like, literally like right away, she was like, absolutely 100%, like send me the session. Like I'm down. We were like, amazing. And then like clockwork, you know, 24 hours later, vocals were done. It was in our inbox and like it was
literally perfect.
And obsessed with it. And again, she also brought like such an amazing facet, like a new facet to the song and like new imagery. And, you know, she killed it. She murdered it.
That's so cool that like with the internet and technology, like 24 hours later.
I know.
It was done.
Don't even have to be in the studio together.
I know.
It's just like,
we were safe. We kept it safe, you know.
If you had it would have taken you 3 weeks because like you would have just been talking shit and like I would be so distracted if someone that was a friend and was hilarious. You'd be like, let's get some more Postmates. Let's just, you know, like, what do you think of this album? Because I get very distracted around people I like who's doing work. Maybe it was a good thing in that sense.
I mean, it came together so quickly, and now that it's out, I can't believe that it's out. It's really fun to like, you know, have it out in the world, and I'm glad people like it.
And I love that like the 2 examples, like you text Taylor, and then when it comes to Thundercat, it's very like, so maybe you could. And I guess, you know, when you do something that's like a bit scary and then it works out, you get confidence to do it the next time. So who's on the list for the future that would be like peak level of,
I'd like, oh.
I mean, my parents are honestly personally offended that we haven't asked them to be on a song.
They really are. That's
my parents
like not
are
a joke.
Literally personally offended. I feel like if I didn't say my parents, they'd call me and I would be in a lot of trouble.
Our dad was like, why didn't you let me play drums on the record?
My dad literally, yeah.
Cute.
We're like, because we're all, you taught us how to play drums, Dad. We're all drummers.
And also a little crazy subject matter in each of the songs on Women in Music Part 3. I don't think I need my parents
to. They didn't hear the record until it was done.
A guy put this video up. Well, my team put this video up yesterday. In during the show, I spilled beetroot juice on my top, and I was yelling like "motherfucker," like real bad. And I often forget that my mum sees stuff, and I was raised religious. Yeah.
Our mom did the same thing when we put up the Gasoline like photos with when we're, you know,
we're showing our underwear.
And
she thought that it was a mistake. And
she's like,
freaking out.
Did you know that like you can see your underwear in this photo?
We were like,
yes. And we're like,
fine.
Yes, mother. Yes, mother. It's not
like, it's a white like cropped pant. It's not like a lacy feral G-string where you can see. It's very, it's like a bloomer almost.
They literally are like Haim's.
They're granny panties. Let's
Yeah,
call it what
Target
it is. Let's
granny
call it what it
panties.
is.
100%.
They're my favorite.
We love full coverage.
I
Give
love
me
a
full
full
coverage.
Me too. And I like it above the belly button as well.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Keeping all my bits safe. I want to keep it nice and compact.
Yes.
That it's tight, like a poof, 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 poof. All right. In the most predictable moment of the interview, as we talk about underwear, I'm getting the wrap up from Universal.
Okay.
Before I let you go, I've been asked to get one liner for you. It's really fun. Just introduce yourselves, and this is our new track on The Spin.
Okay. Do you want to say that?
You want to say, like, hi, I'm Esty, I'm Danielle, like, and we're Haim.
And we're Haim, and this is our new track on The Spin.
So you'll
So
say
try
more
gasoline on the spin? Is that what you said?
No.
Because they'll use it for every new track you put in.
Yeah, this is our new track
Okay.
on The Spin.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay. Hi, I'm Esty,
I'm Alana.
And I'm Danielle.
and we're Haim, and this is our new track on The Spin.
That was one of the best liners I've ever heard because you girls are professional, multi-skilled ladies.
Sisters.
Sisters.
Hey.
I love you. I'll be cheering
We
you.
missed you.
Miss you. Hopefully we can see
Good to see you.
Visit when you can. Mwah, mwah.
Bye, Ash. Thanks.
Bye, see Danielle. Bye, Al.